If you're a beginner at quilting, you will come across 2 feet. One of those is a walking foot, which looks like that, and the other one is a free motion quilting foot, which looks sort of like that, also known as a darning foot. But which one do you need? What's the difference between them anyway? So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what's what and give you some examples. So who am I? I am Kim. This is Quilt with Kim. You are very, very welcome. Let's go take a look with a close-up camera. Let's start with the walking foot then, because this is the quilting foot that you're probably going to start with as a beginner. And the reason why is this is easier to get going with. The free motion foot takes far more practice and you need some confidence to do that. And here's the reason why. So your walking foot is designed to feed multiple layers of your quilt through the machine at the same time. So it works together with the feed dogs. They're the little serrated bits on the base plate of your machine. It has its own little feed dogs on the foot here. I've got a whole video on walking feet which you can check out. I'll link up at the end and in the description below. But the 2 sets of feed dogs are designed to move the multiple layers of your quilt sandwich through the machine at the same time. That helps you because the machine is pretty much in control of the nice even stitches that you want. So you can see here on this tangled start that I've used a walking foot to do straight line quilting, and it has nice even stitches going through here, and you can get nice regular distances between your quilt lines. How do I do that? I use a guide. I don't measure. I've lost my guide. There it is. I use one of those, which if you check out my walking foot video, I'll show you how to use one of those as well. But with using these together, you can get nice even stitches regularly spaced apart. But you can see with straight line quilting, and you can do gentle curves with your walking foot. But with both of those, you can get some pretty effective designs. Now, on this tangled star, you can see I've echoed the shape of the star just with these straight lines, and it is a pretty effective quilting look. So don't be despondent if you never want to do free motion quilting and you're just going to stick to your walking foot, because it is by far the easier out of the two, and you can do some really, really interesting and effective designs with that one. But let's compare it with the free motion foot and take a look at that. So on this block here, this is a delectable mountain, which I can't pronounce. You can see here that I've got some nice meandering going on in the corner blocks. I've got some loops going on here. I've got a little Zen pattern going on in the middle, if you can just about see that. If I flip it over, oops, oh, you can see some flowers here, some orange peel flowers. There we go, there's the Zen on the back there. So with the free motion foot, you are now in control of the fabric. Now let me explain how this works. With that walking foot, the walking foot works in the same way as all of your other presser feet. Now, if you've ever wondered why presser feet are called presser feet, it's because they press the fabric down onto the feed dogs on your machine. So when you lower the lever to bring a presser foot down, that foot presses against the fabric, and it's the feed dogs in your base plate that move your fabric along. The needle does nothing other than stitch on the spot, so when you adjust your stitch length, it's your feed dogs that are doing that for you. So it's moving it along because the presser foot is holding your fabric down. When we have multiple layers, we need the walking foot, as I just said, to move the multiple layers along at the same time, but it does the same thing. It holds the fabric down. When we compare it to our free motion foot, it doesn't do that. What it does is this bit at the bottom, the foot bit, if you like, hovers slightly above your fabric. So you might get a little gap like that if I put my finger up there. It doesn't do anything at all. As the needle goes down, it does go down onto your fabric temporarily, but then it lifts up again. What that does, it enables you as the quilter to move your fabric in any direction you like. So get my words in the right order. So now you are completely in charge of your design. You're completely in charge of where you are going, how you're looping the loop, how you're doing your little Zen pattern, or whatever it is that you've chosen to do. You are in control of that entirely. The machine won't do it for you. You also need to be in control of your stitch length to make sure that that is all even, and to make sure that you don't have any jolty moves. And you can already sit there thinking, well, this sounds a bit sort of a scary concept, and it is. So many people are scared of making the leap into free motion quilting, but you don't have to be. The best advice I can give for free motion is to get loads and loads of scraps, scrap quilt sandwiches, you know, all the bits that you cut off of the edge of your quilts, all those bits, just keep them and use them to practice free motion quilting. And it's only practice that you acquire that skill. I think all sewing is an acquired skill. You're not born being able to sew, and you have to learn that skill. But with free motion, because you are completely in control of where your fabric goes, and by the way, you have to have your foot at a steady pace on your foot pedal as well. You've got to get a marriage between those two to make sure that you've got nice even stitches and a nice flowing move, whatever it is that you're doing. That is an acquired skill, and it takes some practice to do. But once you've done it, it's like driving. If you drive, you'll know that when you started, it wasn't so hot. But as you've progressed, or you've got more confident over the years, if you've practiced, you can now drive with ease without really thinking about it. And that's pretty much the same with free motion. So there you go. You've got two different feet. They do two completely different jobs. Can you use a walking foot for free motion? No, you can't. And I know that question does come up a lot. You can't, because of what I said, is that it presses your fabric down onto the feed dogs. You need all the feed dogs to work. By the time it's pressed down, you can't move your fabric around, your quilt top around at all. So the short answer is no, you cannot use a walking foot for free motion quilting. If you want to do free motion quilting, you will need your free motion quilting foot. And just a tip, by the way, just before you go, you'll see at the bottom here, the bottom of my foot is a little C shape like that. Can you see this C here? You will find two designs. One of them has a C shape, one of them is an enclosed O shape. My personal recommendation, and it is a personal recommendation, neither is better or worse as quality goes, but my personal recommendation is you go for the C shape if you've got that option, because you can see what the needle's doing. When you are stitching and when you're quilting, you can see where the needle is going, and that really helps with your accuracy, particularly if you're joining up stuff. Like you could see on my flowers here, I could see where I was going to end in the right places and come back through the middle. I really needed that C shape to be able to do that. So if you've got the choice, get your C shape. So I hope that has helped to show the difference between your walking foot and your free motion foot, and you'll know which one to get. And I'm going to follow up with a little series on free motion, so stick around to this channel, subscribe to this channel, because I've got some videos coming up on free motion quilting, on the very basics of free motion quilting, so you might want to watch out for those. So if you want to do that, if this has been helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, which is down here somewhere or the other, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Hope that's helped. Bye for now.